Hey everybody, it's Andrew and back again, and I have a great laptop here. Actually, this one is from Gigabyte. It is the Aorus Master 16, and you can see it here. This thing is a beast in a lot of ways. It has an RTX 5090. We'll get into the GPU performance. We'll get into the overall performance. And it's powered by the Core Ultra 9 275HX. So we're looking at a pretty powerful CPU GPU combination. It's got a nice keyboard on it. It's got obviously the RGB backlighting. It's got some really nice styling here. Obviously, you can see this is a nice premium gaming laptop. Now, it's not perfect. The build material could be a little bit better for the price. We'll get into the price in a little bit. Nice touchpad. Pretty great gaming laptop here. Again, the only problem I have here might be the price, but if you can find this on sale, this thing is a real steal. Now, display-wise, we're looking at a 16-inch, 240 hertz OLED display, 2.5K resolution, 2560 by 1600. It's bright, it's sharp, it supports adaptive sync, it supports G-Sync. It's pretty good in that regard, and I gotta say, the gaming on it has been very good. It's bright, it's sharp. It's also good for content creation because it's color accurate and has good coverage of the color gamut. Let's find out why I think this is one of the best gaming laptops on the market. If you could stomach the price tag, again, if you can get this on sale, it might be a steal. Hey everybody, it's Andrew, and this is the Gigabyte Aorus Master 16 here for 2025. Coming up. All right, we're going to start off with the build and design here, and it comes in this really nice color here. It's got a nice logo that lights up, and it's got some RGB lighting and all that, but the build is pretty good here. There's not that much flex or give on the chassis, but at this price point, you'd want there not to be any, right? So build quality is great. I don't think it's as good as some of the others in the category, like the Razer Blade 18 or the Razer Blade 16. By the way, I do have the Razer Blade 18 coming, so stay tuned. That review is on the way. The build quality is good. Not too much screen wobble, so they did a good job on the hinges. The screen goes far back, as you see here. Now, I'm logging in through the Face ID. It does have a 1080p IR camera, and it is pretty good, and it also does have face recognition, as I mentioned. All right, let's get a measurement of the weight with just the unit alone. We're looking at 2.487 kilograms, and that is 5 pounds, 7.7 ounces. Now, for those wondering, yes, you can open the lid with one finger. And obviously this has an IR camera. Now, once you do lift the lid, you do notice this keyboard, the RGB backlighting. The keyboard's okay. It's pretty good for typing out documents, emails, and the like. Now, it's pretty comfortable. It's not the best keyboard out there, but it's definitely good. And it doesn't have a numpad. So I know those that don't like the numpad are going to be happy. Those that want it are not going to be happy. Whatever. You can't please everybody, right? But it does have a very customizable RGB backlighting. These keys light up here for those gamers that need those keys. And then, of course, we have a touchpad. Pretty good size here. Good responsiveness when it comes to scrolling and doing all the gestures. So far, so good in that regard. Build quality is pretty good. This is a plastic deck, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it is. But it does feel pretty good. It's not cheap feeling in any way. And of course, at this price point, it shouldn't have any cheap feeling. So pretty good overall aesthetics, design, keyboard, touchpad. It all works out pretty well. All right, let's check out the port selection. On the left side is your power port. Next to that is your LAN port. And then you get HDMI 2.1, and then you get a USB Type A, and then you get a Thunderbolt 5 port. So good to see Thunderbolt 5 here on this unit. Of course, that's going to support 80 and 120 gigabits per second. So that is very good to see that here. All right, and moving over to the right side, you get a USB Type A USB Type-C Thunderbolt 4 port, so it's good to see that. A micro SD card reader, although I would like to see full size, but I'll take it. And then a 3.5 millimeter microphone headphone combo jack to round out the ports on this unit. I would say overall pretty good. I like the fact that those two USB-C ports are split up, one on each side, making it more convenient. And I love having that Thunderbolt 5 port on the left. All right, let's take a look at this beautiful display here. It is a 16-inch OLED display, 2.5K resolution. That's 2560 by 1600, 240 hertz refresh rate. It does support G-Sync, adaptive sync, so you are going to get the most out of this in terms of gaming, very fluid experience, obviously with the 240 hertz. Now, it does get bright, about 430 nits standard dynamic range, and can peak as high as about 635 nits in HDR. So pretty good for watching Netflix, Amazon, YouTube in HDR. That's going to work out well. Doing content creation here is also very good because it has excellent coverage of the color gamut. It is also color accurate. Now, I did detect some PWM, as with a lot of these OLED displays, or most, in fact, uses PWM technology. They do use it. And some people are sensitive to that screen flickering, although not too bad on this unit. I will say, though, it is there. Now, it does have an OLED display. That means you also can have to worry about something called screen burn-in. If you leave a static image long enough, it may burn in. I have not experienced it on this. So overall, this has been a pretty good display. And of course, it is a non-touch display. And it is a glossy display, as you can see here with my mini studio lights showing in it. So definitely something to be aware of, but it does get bright and it does have some real sharpness, good colors, like I said. So overall, a very good experience when it comes to this display. Now, I didn't notice a lot of screen wobble, maybe a little bit, but when you're typing, really not much of an issue. So that has been pretty good. Now, let's give a listen to how it sounds when you type. And of course, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Now, that's pretty good. 98% accuracy. I did 85 words per minute. Not too bad. Actually, pretty nice fluidity on this keyboard. Overall, pretty good. And the touchpad is good for scrolling, doing all the gestures. Everything works as you'd expect here. So pretty good in that regard. Very, very responsive here. So not a haptic touchpad or anything like that, but pretty good nonetheless. All right, so let's talk performance here. And this is running the Intel Core Ultra 9 275HX. You're looking at the NVIDIA RTX 5090 GPU, 175 watts fed to it. So definitely powerful for doing your gaming. But of course, it's going to be certainly good for everyday tasks like Microsoft Office, email, web browsing. No hiccups whatsoever, of course, as to be expected here. And then when you run the synthetic benchmarks such as Geekbench 6, single core, multi-core, excellent, as well as Cinebench 2024, some of the top performance we'll see out of this. So very good for things like that. Now, content creation in Lightroom, Photoshop, video editing, Premiere Pro, DaVinci Resolve, all very good, aided by this powerful CPU, GPU combination. So that has been very good. And I think gaming, obviously, the focus on this, and obviously you're going to be able to play AAA titles. You know, you can adjust the settings to your liking, but this does support DLSS, so you can get even better frame rates and so forth. So the overall gaming experience has been very good. It supports G-Sync, adaptive sync. So this display is going to be excellent with its 240 hertz. So the gaming experience overall is very good. Now, let's talk thermals here. And when you put this under load, it won't get overly hot. The surface temperatures remained at base, so the fans do a good job here. Although I noticed that the idle temperatures are a little higher than I'd like with the power consumption. Not the best. I think it can do a little bit better in that regard. That being said, the overall thermal performance is good. Now, you will notice the fan noise when this is playing heavy titles, heavy games, of course. It will ramp up, and you will notice it, of course, if you're in the performance mode. But when you're in the everyday, when you're doing everyday tasks like in the balance mode and so forth, really not an issue in terms of fan noise. So overall, you will notice the fan noise when you're running this under heavy load. So as far as upgradability, good news here. RAM is upgradable. I have 32 gigabytes here, but of course you can add more RAM. 2 SSD slots, and as you can see, reads and writes are good. User serviceable, so if you need more storage, you have that option. The Wi-Fi card is a Wi-Fi 7, Bluetooth 5.4. That card is also slotted in, not soldered in. That's good. It's located below one of the SSD slots. And then, of course, the battery here is a 99 watt-hour battery. We'll talk about battery life in just a moment, but overall pretty good. Now, while inside, you'll notice the 2 fans for cooling. It doesn't have 4 fans like you'd get on the Master 18, so just keep that in mind. But pretty good. It has a vapor chamber cooling here as well, as you can notice there. So overall, pretty good internally here with this laptop. All right, let's talk battery here. And this has a 99.2 watt-hour battery. Remember, the legal limit to take on an airplane is 100 watts, so pretty close there. I ran the PC Mark 10 Modern Office test, a mixed-use test, and I got 8 hours and 11 minutes. So that's pretty good for a gaming laptop, actually. That's actually really good. And when I ran the video playback, it got 4 hours and 44 minutes. So really it just depends on what you're doing, and that will really determine how much battery life you're going to get. It's not really designed to be efficient in that way, like some thin and light portables we look at, the business laptops that have like all-day battery life. This is really not that. they do supply you with a pretty compact 330 watt power charger here. And actually, that's pretty good in terms of size. So travel wise, it's not too bad. Doesn't take up that much room in your bag, although it is a brick still, but not as big as some of the others we've seen that power 330 watts. So that's pretty good. And it does support pretty fast charging on this as well. But they need a 330 watts because that's going to supply enough juice for the RTX 5090 that this has with 175 watts. So just keep that in mind. But overall, battery life actually pretty decent for a gaming laptop of this magnitude. All right, when it comes to audio, we're looking at quad speakers here, 2 woofers, 2 tweeters, Dolby Atmos to help with the spatial audio. And I would say overall, it's pretty good, loud in terms of the volume. It's actually decent bass, mids. I would say overall, a good job here in the audio. Not something we like to say a lot with some of these gaming laptops. So not bad here at all. But of course, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Now, let's give it a listen. So this is the camera on the Gigabyte Aorus Master 16 gaming laptop here for 2025, 1080p IR camera. That means you can log in with face recognition with Windows Hello, worked well, setup was easy. It also has all the studio effects, so you can do the background blur and all that stuff, the auto framing. Let's take a look at that background. Here you can see the standard blur and the portrait blur. Okay, let's talk pricing here, and this is not going to be cheap, although I noticed at Best Buy, just looking at it at the website right now, it is on sale, but of course, I don't know how long these are going to last. Starting at around $2,200, can go up to about $3,455 or $3,456 as configured here today. I think that's the one I have. That one, of course, is on sale right now, and actually, that might be a steal here, considering that's $844 off the initial asking price of $4,300. Now, of course, I don't think this is worth $4,300, but this on sale for $3,455.99, I think is a worthy deal here. If you can afford it, might be something to consider, although there are some other alternatives out there that will compete with this, some of the other brand names, of course, in that category. But of course, let me know what you think in the comment section below. All right, let's bring it all home. What do I think about the Gigabyte Aorus Master 16 gaming laptop, their flagship laptop for 2025? And I gotta say, I like a lot of things here. I like the CPU, I like the GPU here, the Core Ultra 9 275HX, and we're looking at the RTX 5090, 175 watts fed to it. So very good. Obviously, it's going to be a powerhouse for not only gaming, but for content creation as well. They put in a really nice display here with a QHD Plus resolution. It's OLED, 240 hertz. It's got G-Sync and adaptive sync here. So very good in that regard. The Gmate software here is actually pretty good for figuring out through AI how your use cases and with terms of how to use it and adjust accordingly. So that's been pretty good. It does have pretty loud fans when you are gaming, when you're pushing this under heavy load in the performance mode. You will notice the fan noise. Obviously, that is very common with a lot of these gaming laptops and these kind of chassis. Cooling system's pretty decent here, although they only have 2 fans. Maybe they could have used an extra fan on this. Who knows? Battery life on this was actually pretty decent considering with the OLED display, the 240 hertz, actually pretty good for a gaming laptop in terms of battery. So that has been pretty good. Now, as far as the price, obviously, if you can get this on sale, which it is, by the way, on sale right now at Best Buy, links in the description below. Of course, they are affiliate links, so just keep that in mind. But it is a good deal considering how much this was originally going for. Yes, $4,300 all said and done. So that was a lot of money. You can get it right now for $3,455.99, at least right now. I don't know how long that sale will last. over at Best Buy. Again, links in the description below. But overall, I think they did a pretty decent job here. Good ports with the Thunderbolt 5. And obviously, this is a premier gaming laptop, a flagship laptop to compete with the likes of the Lenovo Legions, the HP Omens, obviously the Alienware, and all the other high-end gaming laptops we see on the market. But of course, let me know what you think in the comment section below. So please hit the like button, please subscribe, please share this video. Don't forget to leave a comment in that comment section below. Let me know how I'm doing. And if you are a casual viewer of my content, why not consider subscribing as I'm making my big push for 300,000 subscribers by the end of the year. If you're gonna buy something like the Aorus Master 16 as we showcased here today, why not check out the links or use the links in the description below. Yes, they are affiliate links. No, I do not get a huge commission. A small commission helps keep the lights on here in the studio. So until next time, this is Andrew, and I'll see you in the next video.